Hi, this is Jamel with Recherche Kennels in beautiful Statesville, North Carolina. I am so excited to introduce a stunning mini tricolor Bernedoodle boy we have for sale. This is Mr. Green of Hannah and Zacchaeus' litter. He was born January 17th, so he's just starting training in our Puppy Training Institute. They really start showing their personality around 4 weeks of age, so we've given him a couple weeks to give us his normal and his natural personality. His Recherche score is 8.56, 8 being that he is very dependent. He's one of the first to come, the last to leave our side. He adores everybody and anybody. He's very friendly, very social. He loves to cuddle, loves to snuggle. He's one of the calmest and most laid back boys in his litter. He is not hyper, he's not high energy. He actually scored a perfect 5 out of 10, so he's really balanced with his energy, but in his litter, he's actually one of the calmer puppies. And then he's a 6 out of 10, so he is confident. He's not the most confident dog. He is naturally submissive and sensitive, but he's not shy and timid. He's a 6 out of 10. Size-wise, he is not a big boy. This is a mini Bernedoodle litter. That means the dad is a miniature poodle. He's only 13 pounds. His mom is an average size Bernese mountain dog imported in from Europe. She's 78 pounds. It is always difficult to guess the size because you never know if they're going to take after the Bernese or the poodle. But in our experience, he's going to be 30 up to 45 pounds. So he's not going to be tiny, but he's also not going to be big. He's about as small as a mini F1 Bernedoodle is going to get. The only way you get even smaller is if you breed him with another poodle, a toy or a miniature poodle. But I personally like F1s the best because they're 50% Bernese mountain dogs. If you do an F2, they're 25% Bernese and 75% poodle. And you might as well just buy a poodle at that point. I love the Bernese. This is the most desired but most difficult color to produce. We have tried and tried and tried, and we've only found Zacchaeus so far to give us tricolors. And if you can see, he has a lot of white on his chest. He has white underneath his chin. He has white on his paws. And he has, of course, that brown. So he is a true tricolor, the most desirable, most difficult color to produce. Now, he's able to go home after graduating either Puppy Academy, which is training till 12 weeks of age. That's April 9th. The second training level is our most popular training program we call Canine College. It's training till 16 weeks of age, which is May 7th. Now, it's the most popular training program because one, he'll have all of his shots, so you don't have to quarantine him. Secondly, he'll be able to hold his restroom twice as long. And the biggest reason people choose Canine College over Puppy Academy is that their obedience commands grow the most between the ages of 10 and 16 weeks of age. So many times they're up to 3 times better obedience trained. The third training level is Master's Program. That's training till 20 weeks of age. That's June 4th. And the fourth training level is Doggy Doctorate. It's training till 6 months of age, which is July 17th. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see pictures of both parents, Hannah and Zacchaeus. There's 2 things that make us different from any other breeder in the world today. The first thing is the quality of our parents. If you click on those pictures, that video will play. We're the only Bernedoodle breeder I know of in the world that has the quality of their parents. You'll notice that both parents have all of their health clearances as recommended by the Bernese Club of America and the Poodle Club of America. Also notice they come from generations of health clearances. And all of our Bernese mountain dogs are even imported in from Europe because we wanted to get the greatest genetic diversity, Bernese mountain dogs that lived longer than the 6 years that the Americans do, and we wanted to get the healthiest, most beautiful in the world with generations of show champions. And I don't know of any breeder, especially in America, that does this. The second thing that makes us different is the Puppy Training Institute. Every one of our puppies receive at least 250 hours of training. What I'd like to do is to summarize our Puppy Training Institute program, and we're going to show off some of our graduates in that program. Obviously, we can't show him off because he's just starting training. It's going to be at least 2 to 3 weeks before he shows anything. So we're going to show off our regular puppies and now come back and let you know what you need to do to reserve him. Our Puppy Training Institute has 4 core areas. There's a couple areas that are very visible that we're going to show you on camera with the puppy that's for sale. Some of the areas are a little bit more difficult, but the one area that's very visible to show is outside training, and the big part of that is leash training. Puppies love the pull, love the tug, love the cut in front of you, and so we train them to walk on our left side. We train them that when we stop walking, they do what's called an auto sit. That's where they automatically sit without being told, without having any hand signals. They automatically sit. That it builds respect and focus on you. A couple other areas in outside training it's a little bit harder to show is car training, and then also swim training when the weather's warmer. The second area that's very visible is obedience training. All of our trainers are certified dog trainers that's been training dogs for years. They know what they're doing. They're all certified. They all can do canine good citizen. They're all very good trainers, and we work on the obedience commands of sit, down, stay, come, place, kennel, and they are trained extensively in all these areas. Now we have 3 different communication tools we use with the puppies. We use hand signals, we use words, and then we use the training lead that we will provide you. And so as they get older, they get better and better. They can hold their stay longer, they can hold their place longer, they can hold their kennel longer. They can do it with both hand signals and words only, and so they get better and better. The place is when they jump up on the Kuranda cot. You will definitely want to buy a Kuranda cot because that allows the transition for our training to go to you. It's a wonderful command. When we say kennel, they go into their kennel on their own volition. We typically keep the door open, especially as they get older. And we train them, they cannot leave the kennel or really any other door until they are released. The 2 other areas that's a little bit more difficult that we're going to show you just generic dogs going through this. The one area is house training. We actually spend more time in house training than all the other areas combined. That's about 2/3 of the training, and this is where we work on the most important area of potty training. Of course, we're training them not to use the restroom inside and the signal eventually to go outside. A puppy at 12 weeks of age can typically hold the restroom about 1 hour during the day, whereas a puppy at 6 months can do 4 hours. The same thing is with crate training. We train them to sleep at night in their crate, eat in their crate, and a 12-week-old can typically sleep around 4 to 5 hours without having to be let out, and a 6-month-old, it's 6 to 10 hours. So obviously the longer they're in training, the longer they can be crate trained. We also, though, while they're in house training, we train them not to jump up on us, not to chew things in the house, not to bite our hands. It's very extensive. And then the last area is socialization training. Many people worry about getting a trained or older puppy is that they won't bond. Well, because of our socialization program, our puppies bond very quickly. In fact, we've never had a client complain about that. And so in our socialization, we're training them not to be afraid of thunderstorms. We're training them not to be afraid of the hair dryer, of the blow dryer, of a vacuum cleaner. We have a TV in our puppy training area, in our house training area, where we're socializing them. They go on field trips when they get older. We work extensively on them being handled. We have 20 plus people that work for us, so these puppies are handled by multiple people and they're socialized extensively. That is our Puppy Training Institute. Now, if you're interested in Mr. Green, read through this entire page. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see pictures we just took of him. Right above his most recent pictures are the prices for each training level. Now, some people have a hard time finding the prices. So in this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you where prices are found on a typical page. But the prices you see in this video are not necessarily his prices. To find his prices, you do need to scroll down on his page, look at his pictures. Right above those pictures, you'll see his prices. And then right below this video is a link that says, click here to fill out puppy application. Click on the words puppy application, fill it out. We will respond within 24 hours. Thank you so much for taking time to visit Mr. Green of Hannah and Zacchaeus' litter. Thank you so much, and God bless.